You guys.
No, I am tired.
Oh, yeah. This is a special, but this is a special early morning edition of the 97 demo, but it's our week back after our successful week of playlists last week. Hope you guys listened to some of those.
I'm loving that New York coffee cup, Avery. That Yankees coffee cup. That's actually pretty clean.
Ever since I moved to New York, I've just feel like I've really become.
Oh Lord, there's only one of us
in
actually.
The culture here.
There's only actually one of us that's actually a New Yorker here.
No, he means Yorksville, Missouri. Like
Yorksville.
Yorksville. Okay.
And what's that probably exists. I wouldn't.
This is bad, y'all. But I was in Missouri one time. Actually, no, in Kansas one time, and I was at this camp, and I was roommates with this kid. He said, "Yeah, I'm from Manhattan." I was like, "Oh wow, you're from the East Coast. I'm from Atlanta. We were used to like Eastern time." And then in the week, he was like, "Dude, I'm not from Manhattan, New York. I'm from Manhattan, Kansas, or Manhattan, Missouri." I was like, "Oh, okay."
No, the thing that frustrates me about Missouri though is like
I was like,
say
"What
that
the
and
heck?"
then try to make you be the dumb one. Like, how am I supposed to know when you say you're from Paris? You're not talking about the country.
This man said Manhattan. I was like, "Oh, you're from New York." I was like, "Oh,
they're like,
interesting."
"Oh yeah, like I'm actually from Paris, Texas."
It's like, what you talking about? No, that should not happen. That should not happen. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
Yeah. But since this is a special early morning accelerated edition of the 97 demo, welcome to the 97 demo podcast, where we give you the latest in music news, and much more. I'm 1/3 of your host. I always say 1/3, and it doesn't make sense.
It's okay.
Joined by
guys. Yeah. Hey guys, it's Noah. What's up?
And Avery.
Yeah.
I feel like my energy always is on at least like an 8.5, and y'all come in with like a 6.
Yeah, but it's been a while since
you're putting us in this predicament of an early morning 97.
No, it's
you're
fine.
Getting what you're getting here.
Boy,
no,
if you want to do this journalism thing, you better be ready to get up.
Whoa, calm down. It's been 2 weeks since it's been 2 weeks since we recorded. Everybody's a little heated, a little excited. You know what I'm saying?
You've been eager to get back to the pod.
It's been 2 weeks since we've spoken to each other.
Oh yeah, it's been 2 weeks since we've spoken to each other. Things are a little heated.
The pod, so
but
actually a reunion of sorts.
But similar to our last episode, we're doing headlines first, right?
I think this is like the new thing now. Instead of starting with Billboard, we'll start with headlines. So to our loyal listeners, you're gonna notice that change. And I think
we need to name our listeners, guys. We need to name our listeners. That's just
to the demoers.
The
demon.
We'll come with something better than that.
We'll work on that. But
okay, kicking off our first headline, Avery, I felt so bad. Kanye West did a Joe Rogan interview, and it was 3 hours long, and our wonderful pop correspondent Avery DeLaw listened to the entire thing.
I listened to an hour and 11 minutes.
That's impressive.
It felt like 5 hours that I was listening to it. I don't usually listen to a Joe Rogan podcast, but I imagine he talks more than he did in this one. Kanye literally was just speaking. Like, it would just be from one topic to the next topic to the next topic. He touched on his presidential race. He touched on why he feels so strongly on certain political topics. The most interesting part of the hour and 11 minutes that I heard was him saying that it actually costs him, he loses money making music now instead of doing other things, and that's why
he's that rich now.
That's not surprising. Not even that rich. I think that's probably true for a lot of these artists who are now like launching huge business ventures and not looking back. Cough, cough, Rihanna. Like, I'm not surprised.
Exactly.
He's that rich now. He's like, wow, music ain't even my thing no more. Like, I don't know, I'm doing this.
Yeah, and apparently he got, like it says here, the calling to be the leader of the free world. While he was in the shower in 2015, he said God put that burden on him, and ever since then I'm just quoting him. He said God put a burden on him to be the president of the United States while he was showering in 2015.
Is this an SNL skit? Is 2020 SNL skit?
Might as well.
What is life?
I just don't get Kanye anymore. I never really got him.
We don't need to discuss him on this.
Did we all just forget he lied to us about Donda? Did we all just let that go?
He just lied.
And like he did.
That's coming out. No. I still believe
that never
happened. I still believe he has an album. I believe he has an album though. I believe he has an album, and I believe he's gonna release it. Just I don't know when. I believe it's coming out though. It will come out, but yeah.
And then personal rant. Y'all know me with voting. I encourage everyone to do it. Civic
vote.
So I feel like when you have someone with a platform like Kanye West, telling people to write his name in on ballots. Like, that's just so, and I assume the point of this interview was to get promotion for something. He doesn't have an album coming out, but he is currently running as a presidential candidate in a couple states. So,
well, I do know him and Joe Rogan have been working on trying to get him on the podcast for a long time. And like, they've just like finally did. And I think that's why it was also just like 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Did he design the set? I feel like I remember him tweeting, Joe said I could design our interview set. Did it look different?
I don't know. I don't watch Joe
a
Rogan.
view of the set? Oh.
I have not. Yeah, I don't.
Okay. So that's fair.
I don't usually watch Joe Rogan.
Let's get to a more interesting topic. Something that's actually related to music, since Kanye's like, yeah, I don't do that anymore.
Wait. Last question. Did he talk about music in the parts you listened to at all?
Just a little bit, not a ton at all. I mean, it was literally just him saying that he loses money making music now.
Well, Lord. Kanye, thank you for that wonderful.
He said one of his favorite music videos of all time was a Jay-Z music video. I forgot which one, but
of course.
We get it. You like Jay-Z. Anyway.
You like Jay-Z, yeah. Beyonce,
let's take that segue full through. I guess 2 of 2019's biggest artists, kind of, right?
How about just say the biggest artists in the world?
2 of the biggest artists.
I'm not gonna. 2 of the biggest. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, not the biggest
in the world.
not the.
Really, are just both respectively announced their albums. One being Drake, who I'm not letting him get this pass. This album was supposed to be a summer album, and I didn't forget that when he put out Dark Lane demo tapes, and he was like, album coming summer 2020, and like that never happened. So I didn't forget Certified Lover Boy. But that album is coming out now, January 2020. He announced it on his birthday, an Instagram post.
So
this video.
Okay. So the video,
was the same, right? This is what that is.
So
right?
that's what I'm getting. Some what's the thing when there's like little things right there in the
Easter eggs? And this was
Easter
Dark
eggs.
Lane demo tape. Wait, was this the Dark Lane demo tape?
Yeah, that's Dark Lane demo tape.
So this video that he put out is basically him recreating some of his album covers while promoting his own new album.
He should have done views. I was waiting for views.
The thing that bothered me about this was he like recreated the one that he came out with this year, which I was like,
yeah, that's lame. Like nobody. Like, come on, that's not, like, bro. That's not a throwback. It's like, man.
Did I miss one, or did he just recreate those 2?
He just did those 3. He did
Take Care. Nothing was the same, and now
press play again. I feel like I missed Take Care.
It was the first.
No, Take Care. It was him holding the wine, and he was like,
and he was like in front of like the place where he was where he was sitting and Take Care.
Nobody thinks about, man, remember when Dark Lane demo tapes?
That Dark Lane demo tapes covered.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this was supposed to be views, because wasn't he sitting on the?
Yeah, but he's not recreating anything.
He's not on something. Yeah, he's not
recreating. Like marketing.
No.
Or shout out.
No.
Easter egg.
No. I don't know what that means on the top.
Anyways, I mean, it's cool that I'm excited for it to come out in January. I just would have liked it to come out.
Do you think it's gonna be just a single for the album, or is it gonna be the actual album?
No, we don't do. Drake knows he can't just put out.
I don't know. Drake. Yes, Drake.
He'll probably put out a single prior to. Yeah, like maybe a lead single, like.
If he's doing a video of him recreating his album covers and then comes out with a single, that'd be kind of trash.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody would care. He's Drake. We already said he's too powerful. He's too powerful.
Has Drake ever just dropped an album without a single beforehand? He did that with
he did.
Too Late, I think, right?
Yeah, he did that. He just dropped it. That just came out of nowhere.
The heavy implication here is that his album Certified Lover Boy is coming out in January.
Which, the name, I get it. I like it. I feel like
he's gonna go. It seems like he's gonna go back. Yeah, he's gonna go back to some sounds. Maybe, but then he just put in Dark Lane demo tape, so I was confused. So I don't know. But okay.
Now on the other album that we've actually gotten a little bit more details about,
it's more interesting.
I'm excited about. Ariana Grande announced her album Positions and released the lead single from it, Positions. I think it's
more interesting
tracks. It's gonna feature
14.
The Weeknd. 14 tracks. It's gonna feature The Weeknd, Doja Cat, Ty Dolla $ign. Who that boy Ty Dolla makes his money on these features. But seeing these features leads me to believe that this is an R&B album full through. And I think I'm kind of excited about it. It's clearly gonna be about sex, because there's a song called 34 plus 35 and basic math can tell you
that will be. There's it's called Positions. There's Nasty, My
the
Hair.
Weeknd's on it, so you already know what that. The last song they did together was called Love Me Harder, so I mean you can assume.
Yeah, this is interesting. Ariana's Grande, she's growing up. But seriously,
she's been grown.
Yeah, she's been grown, of course. But of course, a lot of people saw her as like the girl next door type person. And the last time it was like talking about my exes, stuff like that. It was like F them type thing, like I'm over them. And now she's like going even like, changing her
Ariana
image up a
Grande
little
is interesting to me because I think she, more than any other child star, right? Or teenage star, whatever, had the best and like smoothest transition from like child to adult. Like there was never anything drastic. There was never a rough phase or anything. It was just like, you could see on her music as she just slowly got more and more adult, and now like she's full blown positions, you know? But I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a really good album. I can't wait to see what Motive sounds like, because like Doja Cat, you know.
Did y'all listen to Positions?
Say what you want about her, but throw her on a feature, she'll kill it. So
yeah, did you guys listen to Positions?
Mm-hmm.
I did. I listened to the song.
I did. Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
I loved her last two albums, so I'm excited for this one.
You know, I've liked her last two albums as well, and I will also say that her last two lead singles, none of them caught me upon first listen. I don't think it was until I listened to the full album both times that I was like, oh, I like this. Even Thank You
This
Next.
man in lead singles. This man in lead singles.
I don't know, but no, I think
Nnamdi will critique. Nnamdi go critique a single now. He go critique a single.
Isn't this kind of part of the point of the music, you know?
Sure.
I think she in a tweet she was like, "This is like my new favorite, best album, and I think it's gonna be your favorite album too." So I mean, everyone.
That's what every artist says. Every artist says that.
And
this is our best podcast, guys.
About the last four.
This is our best podcast. I thought the last one was our best one, but I think we really outdid ourselves.
This episode of the 97 demo will be mind-shattering.
We say that every week about our playlist. We're like, this one's the best one yet.
Well, actually, because I think we have gotten better, but that's true. But yeah. So we're excited. We're excited. Is there a date for this album yet? What's the date?
It's Friday, October 30th.
Wait,
October 30th.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, y'all. Speaking of reviews,
honestly,
we may want to circle back about that. Maybe we can do like an R&B one.
Wait, are you sure there's a? Oh yeah, there's a date. Okay.
Maybe we can do like an R&B one. We'll talk off mic.
I'll talk off mic.
You guys just wait till next.
Yeah, let's get through these headlines. Next versus T.I. versus Jeezy. I don't know if y'all been paying attention this week, but T.I.'s been going back with a lot of people. It was like Busta Rhymes was challenging him, like, "Hey, Busta Rhymes." Busta Rhymes was like, "Hey, T.I., come at me, let's go." And then T.I. was like, "Man, you're not in my, you too old, you're the older generation." Yeah, he said you for an older generation. And then Busta Rhymes came back and said, "You scared." And then out of nowhere from Hot 97, Funkmaster Flex, he was like, T.I., 50 Cent would wash you. Busta Rhymes would wash you. Jeezy would wash you. You don't want none of it. It was like, what? So seems like
that the one T.I. was trying to do I remember there was a story where they were trying.
It was gonna be 50 Cent. He wanted to do 50 Cent, right?
And I think do it.
That would have been good. But this is good too. That would have been interesting. But this is interesting too, because
all respect.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say all respect to Jeezy. There's like T.I. wins this, right?
I don't know.
What's weird about? Well, no. Okay, T.I. wins this. What's weird about?
All respect to Jeezy.
Noah, here's my thing with this battle. And this is why the T.I. battle, I understood why he was saying no to certain artists, because it's like these battles end up being a hit for hit competition. And then you want to consider the audience. Like, you can't, if you have a Busta Rhymes versus T.I., that's not going to work because they're two different generations of artists. A T.I. with 50 Cent would have been a great battle. A T.I. with Lil Wayne would have been perfection. But
T.I. versus 50 Cent would have been perfect just because of the trash talk. Oh my God.
I think T.I. with Lil Wayne is still the dream battle that like would have made the most sense, because they both had their peaks at the same time.
Yeah, a lot of people. I do remember middle school people like, who's better, T.I. or Lil Wayne? And I remember that was the thing, actually. Right? That was actually a thing. I remember that because they were both on the same time.
T.I. and Jeezy is cool. Jeezy's from Atlanta, right? So it's like
Jeezy's from Atlanta.
They're both like artists.
Really like that trap sound that really ushered in Atlanta. Really, that kind of brought that in along with Gucci Mane and stuff like that. So
yeah, but I will still say this is like a weird-ish matchup, just because like Avery said, I feel like T.I. is gonna win this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like this is kind of this is gonna go to T.I. T.I. has a lot of hits that he has out of his caliber. He has a lot of like street hits. He has a lot of hits that people only even in Atlanta know. Like he has features. Like just the catalog alone, I think, is much more expansive, like of what you can pull from for T.I. than Jeezy.
I agree.
Either way, I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
Well, Jeezy has Put On. Like when Jeezy plays Put On, like I don't think anything else will beat that. But I mean, that's like.
Yeah, and he can do features too, but we'll see.
And
Yeah.
what I found interesting from this whole post was they said it's season 2. It's the beginning of season 2 for Verzuz.
Yeah, they
just
have been
took a
taking a bit of a break. They did take
Yeah.
a little bit of a break. So
And this one's like pretty much like a month from now. So I don't know. I'm
just
excited to see like
follow.
what they have in store for season 2. I wonder if
Yeah,
they're gonna like expand on their format, what they're gonna do. So.
yeah, it's probably gonna be on BT
Yeah.
next. It might be. But Travis Scott making more money, guys.
We're just like doing this every
and
week.
it's about literally the global branding genius
Yes.
of
Yeah.
Travis Scott.
Yeah, Travis Scott announced his creative partnership with PlayStation to promote PS5. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I mean, Travis Scott he makes a lot of money. Like,
Hold on,
am I
can you
surprised?
tell more about what they're doing? They released a video of him promoting the PlayStation.
yeah,
5,
of course, it was dope.
and
No. It was dope. Of course, it was dope. Yeah, this video is actually really cool. I like it. You know, me personally, I'm an Xbox guy, but this is really cool. Everybody's wearing like the Travis Scott shoes and stuff like that. Unreleased Travis Scott shoes and stuff like that. So, Travis Scott, he adds a lot of style and flair to anything he's a part of. So, he's in that
and then
community.
there's Easter eggs here too, which is interesting. One, he said he had the PlayStation 5 back in September, which is like, flex. And then two, if you notice in the video, everyone's zooming in on his shoe, and it's like apparently they're PlayStation branded Nike shoes. So again, it's like levels to this branding.
Yeah, and then a month
thing.
from now, Nike's gonna be like, "Oh, look, guys, it's like
new line of shoes from Travis Scott."
This is ridiculous.
Gosh, I just respect the hustle of Travis Scott so much. Ever since I've realized the extent of this McDonald's thing. I've just been like Travis Scott, like, kind of single-handedly is the reason McDonald's could make a sale during the pandemic. So
He's
like,
too powerful.
that's
look
actually
at
the
this headline right here.
That is so funny. But like literally, you guys, it's like the power.
He's too powerful.
It's too powerful. That's what we didn't bring up last night.
But I don't know. This is different though, because I feel like Travis Scott. Would I go get the Travis Scott meal for $6 at McDonald's? Yes. Am I gonna buy a PS5 if I'm leaning Microsoft? Maybe.
Wait, don't you have a PS5, bro?
I have a PS4.
For your
I want to
four?
get the PS5. I don't know yet. I still haven't decided if I'm getting Xbox or PS5. But like Travis Scott, I'm not gonna. Now Sony's kind of pulling me. Who's Microsoft gonna get?
Travis Scott's gonna pull a lot of Microsoft doesn't have that. PlayStation, they're gonna put, and that's Travis Scott. If Travis Scott puts his name to something, kids will buy it.
You know the white panels on the PS5.
Yeah.
I know you can take them off and replace them. So I wonder if like they're
Oh,
gonna come
they
out with
put-
like Travis Scott ones, like
with
you
this
get, like, a
logo?
Travis Scott place. Yeah, like the Cactus
With
Jack
the logo,
logo.
that'd
on
be
the
dumb
PS5.
Like,
clean.
you take both of the panels off. Now that's what my head immediately went to. I'm kind of curious.
that is dumb clean.
Yeah.
Wow, that'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
Okay. Moving on. Speaking of collaborations, J Balvin.
These are the two
collaborating
people we
with
keep talking about
Fortnite.
for collaborating with things.
Is this man trying to be the next Travis Scott? Wait a second. He's really trying to do Travis Scott's thing. He did the McDonald's thing after
did
Travis
McDonald's
Scott.
right after. He
did
Fortnite right
Fortnite.
after.
He's trying to be Travis Scott. What's up with this
Look,
guy?
hey, if it works for you, it may
It
work
works.
for me too. Dang
Yeah.
it. So, but let's see. So he is headlining the game's Fortnitemares event on Halloween and debuting a track called La Luz, which, if you remember, is also the name of Caliucci's.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the same.
I kind of don't like that.
How do I feel about
I
that?
don't
know
like
if
that either. I don't like that
I don't know if I
either.
like that. Like, y'all,
Give Callie her.
the genre's too close for you to just take someone else's lead sing. Like, can you imagine if Kanye came out with my new album, Certified Lover Boy, or new single, Certified Lover Boy?
I would do
Even if it was
like that.
unintentional, you'd still be kind of like,
If Kanye was like, my next single's
That's
called
not
"Laugh Now,
disrespectful.
Cry Later."
It's like, what? Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, if I was Callie Uchis, that'd be pretty bad, actually. But,
actually, I'm really upset because she's a big enough name. And one of like
she's not
America's
bigger
few
than
prominent.
she's not bigger than
not
She's not bigger
bigger,
than
but she's
Balvin.
one of America's, I feel, few prominent Latin American stars. So like, if I have a lead single called La Luz, you're not gonna tell me your management didn't know I had a lead single called La Luz. Change your name.
I don't know.
Sorry, that's not the point of this.
That becomes something later.
This
How do y'all
poster
feel
is
about
cool.
this? Yeah, the coast is cool. How y'all feel about this? Are you
About
gonna
what?
tune in?
The
They're
Fortnite
gonna-
thing.
Yeah, the Fortnite thing.
I don't know if this is gonna be like the Travis Scott one, but I will say the Travis Scott one when they did it was super cool, and I didn't realize how immersive it was. But you could literally just play the game and look up, and it was like a huge thing of Travis Scott, like in different colors, and he's a giant, and he's teleporting and doing all these things. Like, it was just, that was really cool.
It was really
Now
visually
again,
appealing.
I feel like Travis Scott set a bar that's kind of high now, but like,
But Travis didn't debut a new song. He just played like his old songs.
it's true. But I
Yeah,
mean, I'm not
true.
sure. I think what matters more on like a Fortnite is what the game looks like in the design versus I'm not sure people are gonna tune into this just to hear the song.
I don't know. I mean, he may not be like huge here, but he has like a massive international audience, and they might all tune into Fortnite just to hear the new song.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, true. I'm referring to this specific audience. Like, this is a Fortnite event. Like, I feel like the people who would tune into this are probably people who already play Fortnite and would want to see like, okay, are they gonna get like an immersive world or something like they did Travis Scott, or are they just gonna like play a song on the background, which is like, I could do that on YouTube. So like,
I mean, if he's debuting a new song, it's not gonna be in the background. It's gonna be front and center, especially because it's like the main part of this new thing. Yeah, and so I feel like with an international audience that plays Fortnite, they might be huge like J Balvin fans.
Absolutely. So I'm just more looking forward to see what the production looks like, because I think that's what ultimately matters with Fortnite, like how everything looks and like what the play is like and immersiveness is. So what day is this? October 31st. On
October 31st.
Okay, so 9 p.m.
Yep.
We'll see. Are you guys gonna tune in? I have Fortnite. Avery, you're a fan.
No, I don't play Fortnite. So
aren't you a J Balvin fan?
I mean,
no, he's more of a Bad Bunny. No, Bad Bunny's his guy. Wrong. Don't get him.
Like, I like this. They
but you're
here, like,
okay. You like some
but
J
you're
Balvin.
But what you're saying is you're not a big enough fan to tune into Fortnite to hear the song.
I'm not an international audience for J Balvin. I'm not a Spanish-speaking audience.
Easy flex for you. I thought you were in Tulum right now, but I guess you don't want to.
No. I'm in New York right now. I'm in Washington Heights. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Wow, it's 9:40. So y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and say let's get to new releases. A lot of new music came out. I guess the big highlight stuff is Position's Ariana Grande, the song, and then Ty Dolla $ign had his album featuring Ty Dolla $ign. I'm sure you guys have been listening to this stuff. So what have been your highlights of the week?
I listened to a lot of music last night. So Positions for Ariana Grande was good. Ariana Grande is good, so yeah, it was good. I listened to Xavier Omar, If You Feel, his album. That was our project of the week like 3 weeks ago or something like that.
You put me on him. He's really great.
Yeah, he's really good. He had Mariba on there. Mariba's on there, so I know we all like her from Spillage Village and other projects and stuff like that. So she's good. The Amanda tape, I don't know who put that on there.
I did. It was a good album.
It's hits everywhere. It's like literally a hit factory. Seriously, it's a hit factory. Like literally every song could be played on the radio. I was really impressed by that
style.
Album.
They have such a unique style.
Is this pop R&B?
It's like R&B poppy. It's like poppy R&B, I would say.
Ooh,
it's like every song has an acoustic guitar in it. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. So I listened also Saweetie and Janae Aiko. They called us like a little thing on Twitter the other day. But what's up?
Could you please pronounce her name correctly?
Saweetie. I said, what did I say?
Saweetie.
Saweetie and
Janae
Aiko, Back to the Streets. That song was solid. I listened to Damage by her. Was good. Tyler Hero and Jack Harlow. Nnamdi was listening to. I heard him.
You don't gotta read the whole list.
I mean, I'm just listening to all the songs I listen to. And okay, I gotta say that I listened a little bit by Nelly and Florida Georgia Line too.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting collaboration.
This has happened before though, right? Nelly's done.
He's done
collabs.
He's done that country thing before though. That's his thing. He does that.
Hey, he knows that he reps Missouri, and Missouri is like the Ozarks. So I respect it. Get your bag.
Respect it. Yeah, so solid. Not a lot of like standout releases, but solid. Week releases. So yeah. What about you guys? What's some of your standouts? I named a lot, so.
I mean, you took the list from me.
You took the whole thing.
Come on.
But
I'm sorry, guys.
I'll say what I thought was cool. So I added last minute, Jamie Lynn Spears recorded the Zoe 101 theme song, and that was just the nostalgia I needed. So
that is funny.
If you were a late 90s, early 2000s baby, like this audience is, like your podcast host are, you may want to listen to that. Phineas, Billie Eilish's brother, who I'm a big fan of, released a single, Can't Wait to Be Dead. He is like my angsty. He's where I get my angsty white boy music emotion from. Phineas. That's what me. And I absolutely love it. Rico Nasty had a song I listened to. Don't Like Me.
That song is not good. That song is not good.
Well, no. Here's what I'll say about it.
Good.
Here's what I'll say.
That song is not good. Oh my God, that song's not good. I love Rico Nasty.
Okay. Oh, give us more. No, go in. This is the emotion our viewers love to see.
Well, it just didn't sound good. Like it literally just not an appealing sound. Turn that music off before we get copyright or something like that, bro. Okay, copyright strike. Turn that off.
They're right. We're talking about it. I don't.
That's true,
Well, no,
that's
I don't hate the song, but I will say I respect the fact that Gucci Mane, out of I think a lot of these other male prominent rappers, works with a ton of female artists. He just like in recent memory, he had a song with Doja Cat, he had a song with Mulatto, he has a song with Rico Nasty, he had a song with Lizzo, he had a song with Nicki Minaj. I feel like maybe something with Meg, I can't remember, but like
He probably did.
kudos to Gucci Mane, you know?
Yeah, I think out of the 3 singles I think she's released, I've only liked one of them. And like the one that I really
It was the one with
Own It that came out a few weeks ago.
Yep.
That was so good too.
Yeah.
But I like Rico Nasty a lot, so
yeah,
that's not representative.
What about you, Avery? Any standouts for you?
Yeah, the Amanda tape was cool. Oh yeah, sophomore high school, Avery like freaked out when he saw the AWOL Nation and Group Love came out with a song together. That just like was like the coolest thing ever.
AWOL Nation, what was their big song? Was it
Sail?
Nnamdi's Lost.
Yeah, you know that song.
Leave it alone.
I know, but I'm trying to remember what it sounds like because I know that
it's been in commercials for like the better part of this last decade.
I thought the other one that's like, oh, go
leave it alone. Leave it alone. Did anybody listen to Did anybody listen to Good Old Arkansas by Chris Stapleton?
Yes.
How was that?
It's good. I'm a big Chris Stapleton fan. So.
Okay, really?
Yeah, he was like my introduction into like country music. He's the reason I like country music. I like Stapleton a lot. So.
Yeah. So any other standouts? I plan to listen to more of these projects featuring Ty Dolla $ign. I want to listen to bass just off the
quickly. Did you guys listen to Tyler Hero by Jack Harlow?
I did. I like that song. I did.
Okay.
Like Jack Harlow.
Does Jack Harlow have more than one flow? I feel like if DaBaby should get this criticism, Jack Harlow should also.
There's a difference here though.
He doesn't.
DaBaby had 2 mainstream years to get to switch up the flow. Okay, I'm gonna give Tyler Hero Jack Harlow.
He gotta Well, okay. Let me say this. He doesn't have different flow. He might change his voice, but he has a different flow. But let me say this too about this. The song's cool, but like Tyler Hero getting a song, he's an average player. Like he's a good rookie, but he's an average.
Tyler Hero is like gonna be like a white boy icon for years.
Well, that's the thing though. He's white. He's the white guy, and I respect it. So I know why.
But you kind of know why he's the one getting the song.
Yeah, for sure. It's just like it's so white boyish, but I love it though. It's like
I'm surprised his mean mug wasn't like the cover of the single.
The cover. Oh my God!
I would getting clear that the NBA tags him for those pictures.
You feel me, bro? Yeah. That junk ain't cheap, bro.
Okay, so I guess debuting on this week's chart.
This is from 2 weeks ago, so which actually should be for today.
Wait. So if it's 2 weeks ago, that may still work.
No.
Did we skip this? Well, no, because I don't think any of these. No, some of these have debuted. Okay, because I know Baby I'm Jealous debuted at like number 20. This is I Wish I Saw This Before. Well, we can see where some of these did debut.
Yeah.
We're about to do the charts.
Let's go to the charts.
But actually, now that I'm looking at this list, it's really funny doing it this way because I don't think that many of these actually debuted that high. Franchise ended up going to number 1, but like beyond that, like. Wow.
Yeah, this week's charts is really interesting. I was actually surprised when I looked at the rundown and saw what was number 1 and stuff like that. It was actually really surprising.
Do we want to start with the 200 or the Hot 100?
Let's start with the 200 actually. Start with 200. Yeah.
So on the Billboard 200, this is like a first. Well, not a first, but it's happening again. Top 5, Pop Smoke's You Were the Star, Aim for the Moon came in at number 1. 15 weeks of the chart. It was 3 last week and it went up 2 points to number 1. So it's very impressive.
That's awesome.
Savage Mode 2 by 21 Savage debuted at number 1 but fell to number 2 this week. Juice WRLD Let Us Never Die is back at number 3 after falling to like number 8 last week. It's also been on the chart for 14 weeks. My Baby Little Turn, the best-selling album this year by Pure Sales, number 4, and then Tickets to My Downfall, Machine Gun Kelly at number 5. So, gentlemen, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's just really good to see Pop Smoke up there, man. People still supporting that album. They're really, people are just really enjoying the album. And the album came out. It feels like 50. It feels like it's been longer than 50 weeks. Honestly, it feels like it's been out forever. But it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing though. But people are still listening to it, which is a good thing. Yeah, man. It's good to see Fleetwood Mac there too.
I hope that man who made that TikTok gets a bag. I hope
I know he got a
car. He got a truck.
He deserves more than that. Look what he's doing.
Yeah, they didn't sign this man. They didn't sign this man to a max contract.
One for Ocean Spray and 2 for Fleetwood Mac. Like this man.
Yeah, this man deserves a max contract for real. Yeah, for real. Taylor Swift making a run back up in the top 10.
Oh, and y'all, I don't want to preview the next week, but she's expected to jump to number 1 for like again. So,
you know. Okay, that's
coming.
What did she even do?
Hold up. I know Avery's the rock guy and everything, but this Linkin Park album.
Yeah, who's sad? Who
I literally grew up on this. I grew up on this Linkin Park album. I know Avery's the rock guy, but I grew up on this Linkin Park album. Oh, Linkin Park was like the hip hop rock group. Linkin Park was like the best rock.
Who got hurt to where this album's back at number 12?
Linkin Park. Oh my gosh.
Are they part of a TikTok trend or something? Did I miss something?
I don't know. Yeah, Avery, what's up? TikTok.
Avery, you tell us.
You know, I've been a little unplugged these past few weeks, so I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, this is interesting.
If you could scroll down to number 15, Trey. Oh my goodness.
Oh wow, bless you.
Sorry guys, I hate to do that on mic.
Are you feeling okay, Nnamdi?
I know, it's just,
allergies.
New York.
Allergies, yeah.
We have rising.
I understand
like
this. New York.
Back Home by Trey Songz to be at number 15, which is kind of crazy to me because I feel like Trey Songz used to be kind of like that guy almost.
He was that guy. Remember it was a thing. Remember Drake said it. It's like in that song he was like, "Man, Drake's never gonna be as big as Trey Songz," and it's like, oh wow. Because remember it was the thing was like
Trey Songz was on that song too, wasn't he?
No. It was
Janae
Aiko.
Oh,
no, it was Janae Aiko. But Trey Songz and Drake used to always work. They used to be like best friends. Remember they were always on songs together, stuff like that. But yeah, it's interesting how things turned out.
Yeah. And then your guy Avery Joji fell to number 25.
I think.
Your guy fell to number 22.
Oh God, I know that was coming. Let's go to the Billboard.
Oh well, let's say names. Sorry, it was Joji and then
Joji, Nectar, and Bryson Tiller Anniversary.
25 and 26 respectively. But other than that, I don't think there's that many two surprises on this chart, other than the usuals. Hopefully we'll get some more big debuts next week, or at least the week after, because we'll have a couple big singles and albums that we know of shaking the chart up. So look forward to seeing that. Over on the Hot 100, Mood by 24K Golden, a song that started on TikTok. It is now number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. You guys, I think there's not been like 10 number 1 singles this year. It's definitely a record year because Billboard always talks about that. This isn't normal. There's not normally this many number 1 songs in a single year, but very impressive. This kid, 24K Golden, got his first number 1 song, and I think he's like 20 something, like young guy.
He was on the XXL freshman cover.
Yeah, and like kudos to him. Like I love to see it.
Kudos.
Again, 10 weeks on the chart, already at number 1. So the power of TikTok.
I'm glad you pointed that out.
Oh, go ahead. You go.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm glad Nnamdi pointed out that it's for record in terms of how many singles have been number 1, because like each year you're like, man, this song's been on every time. But now you can be like, there's like 10, 15 songs you really think about, like, wow, this song's been played all the time. Like, you can't think of a song that dominated the summer or anything like that because there's been so many songs.
Which is weird.
It switches every week almost, pretty much.
And people say WAP, but I don't even feel like WAP has the impact that songs that normally are like the song of the summer have. But speaking of WAP, it's at number 2 after 10 weeks on the chart. It was number 1 last week.
I was gonna say, should we point out the weekly L for Nnamdi on WAP?
Whoa, chill. Whoa.
No, you're usually the one who does it, so I feel like I didn't feel like it was coming. So
you want to poke that bear. I don't feel like I have to. I don't feel like I have to redeem myself on WAP anymore. So I'm actually not going to do anything. And if
podcast has fallen no farther than 3 for the past 10 weeks.
If you want to hear what Avery's referring to, you can listen to our past episode. I believe episode 12, perhaps even 11. Listen to both, and you can hear what Avery's throwing shade about. Anyway,
number 3 we have "Laugh Now, Cry Later," Drake featuring Lil Durk, still good song. The Weeknd, "Blinding Lights,"
number 4, and then Dynamite BTS number 5 to round out that top 5. Savage Love by this Josh guy's number 6. I hope he gets signed. Because, Jason Derulo may have been the lyrics, but he's the producer.
Any other standouts?
Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Also, we were talking about that TikTok guy. That's a number 12. So, I really hope he got a bag because that literally was at number 21 last week. And then before, it wasn't even on the chart.
They sent this man juice and a truck.
I was a little bit, no, for real. That's
cool.
I agree. But they sent this man juice and a truck.
Yo, look, I just want to point this out. The franchise drop was the most storybook thing that you could have. The song shouldn't. That's the number one that kind of irritates me because it was kind of more of a merch thing than I think an actual like set. People weren't streaming it. The song itself, in my opinion, sorry Travis, it wasn't his best. Like
you think Travis Scott
1 to 25. Like anytime you can see that, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, I think the deal was that like Travis Scott's like, McDonald's was like, okay, Travis Scott, you drop a song. We have people to stream it at our company. We have people behind it. We're gonna get this number one, and then we're done. It
didn't go to number one because it streamed. It went to number one because people bought, I think, 96,000.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Off his website, which is kind of more of like a merch thing or something. And that
counts though, because people actually bought the single.
No, it counts.
I get it,
but again, it's not like I bought.
It is kind of cheating.
iTunes. It's like I bought a product.
Kind of
thing. It's not even cheating. It's just like
he hacked it. He hacked it. Yeah.
The power of him with merchandising, I guess. You know.
Weren't we predicting this Megan Thee Stallion song? Weren't we predicting like a top 15 debut for it, and it only topped out at number 30?
I'm not that surprised though because
the song was meh.
I know.
The song was Meg.
Which
Meg usually doesn't miss like that, but it's okay though. It's okay.
It's not even a miss. I don't think Meg Thee Stallion is still a relatively.
Well, not a miss. I'm saying like I'm saying a miss for her saying it because she's been so hot in terms of like every song is a banger that she's featured on or that she releases. In terms of.
But I mean, like honestly, if I could have recasted that guest, her actual singles, like her singles, like this solo, they tend to like 30-ish, 30-ish is actually where they tend to go. Like Girls from the Hood, I think peaked at like 25. Like
but sometimes with a song
peaked at like 30-ish, you know.
But their songs are sometimes slow burn, so peak at 30 and then it'll like start raising because of a trend or TikTok and stuff like that. So
TikTok, look, number 98. This song is old. Like I love this song. It's an old song, but now it's a TikTok trend and it's back in the top 100, or it's in the top 100 for the first time. It's crazy. Yeah, crazy.
You see a couple 21 Savage appearances on here. That was just a great album. But anyway, you guys, for the sake of time, I want to introduce what our main topic is today. And I'm very excited about this because it's the idea I conceptualized in like 10 minutes, but I think actually works really well.
So not a lot of thought went into it.
Well, a lot of pre-planning went into it, but as far as the actual, like, here's the idea, that was a 10-minute pitch. This is a game that I think would be fun to play called Defend Your Pick. And the premises of it is very, very simple. There's 3 categories. We have 3 divisive, argumentative voices on this pod. And we're going to actually just basically, pose a category, pose a question, each have our answer, and then defend our pick. The 3 categories we'll be tackling today are Who Won Quarantine, Underrated Album This Year, and Grammy Album of the Year Prediction, because as you know, the nomination period for Grammy albums just closed.
Just ended.
So, this is heated. We're going to give ourselves it was supposed to be 10 minutes, looking at the time, about 6 minutes for each, maybe even 5 perhaps for each.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
That's fine. Big block. And the premise again is simple. Ask the question, defend your pick. So gentlemen, the first category we're doing here is Who Won Quarantine. The period begins March 1st to now, because we're still in quarantine technically.
Who should I go first?
Noah, you have the floor.
So I know.
Oh wait, sorry. And then we're gonna post our answers on Twitter and let Twitter decide ultimately.
Who won quarantine? Now, guys, there was a lot of names that went up in my mind. The Weeknd.
I already knew who you were gonna pick.
Weeknd, Swiss Beats, Timbaland, all that stuff was going through my mind. Who else a bigger artist? Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, the usual suspects. I was like Taylor Swift. Just the regular people. So a lot of things went through my mind. But I picked. Now this isn't a person actually. It's actually more of a company. I would say TikTok. Because we didn't say a person. I say TikTok won quarantine. I say TikTok won quarantine. Now, TikTok has become a worldwide sensation in the last year, but especially during, the pandemic and whatnot. TikTok, and you know what also I feel like made it win, because TikTok had the threat of it going away, and it's still here. I have a lot of stories. I know we're short on time, but there's a lot of stories about how TikTok is having a monster 2020 and all that stuff.
Give me a story. Give me one.
There's something from CNBC about TikTok revealed. TikTok has about 100 million monthly active U.S. users, up nearly 800%, You know, it's pretty crazy. This is from earlier. This is from August 2020. TikTok has said it's been downloaded about 2 billion times globally. TikTok said it's had about 50 million daily active US users. Just some stats for you. Yeah, man. And since January 2018, it's grown 800% till like August 2020. When
I know we're not supposed to defend each other's picks, but TikTok also has the power to make the U.S. government have to stop a ban.
That's what I'm saying. Like, TikTok is very powerful. We didn't have to specify in our just who. You know, that's really broad. So I went with TikTok.
I like the spin. Okay, Mr. Dalal, your pick.
So Noah kind of mentioned who mine were in his dismissiveness.
I mentioned a lot of people.
The initial part of his part. My quarantine winners are Timbaland and Swiss Beats for Verzuz.
Duo.
I think the duo, yes. I think what they have created is an incredible platform to highlight older artists and reignite their catalogs and bring them back for a younger audience, which is brilliant for one, because you're getting the people that do love those artists to continue to listen to those artists, and then you're introducing them to younger and newer fans who would not usually like listen to those artists, right? And it's in a really accessible place on Instagram Live. They got basically like a TV deal out of it with Apple, and also I think it's something that has incredible staying power in a post-pandemic world where they could do something like this live, or they could have a live audience, or they could have an audience that has like a diverse range of ages, where you could have people like in the crowds, and then you could do something like Lip Sync Battle does, where you could have like people cheering to vote on who won, you know, instead of just having like letting people debate it out on social media.
That would be awesome. Ooh,
and especially now seeing that they're going to like season 2 of Verzuz, I don't even like. I'm so interested to see like what are they going to expand on? What are they going to do better now? Like what ideas have they come up with now? So
I like that.
That's the duo. That's real. So I guess I'll be different here and be the only one who picks an actual art, like, you know, someone because of their music. And I actually thought everyone was going to choose this person. So I had someone else on the tuck in case this person was chosen, because I thought it was the obvious. But Megan Thee Stallion is who I'm going to say is my one here. You may be saying Nnamdi. Why? It's very simple. As far as music goes, only one artist has really boosted their profile to the maximum ability, and it's Megan Thee Stallion. She's done this both in musically and, of course, in other drama, but mostly musically. She's had 2 #1 singles this year, one of which was with Beyonce, the other which was with Cardi B. On none of the verses did she get washed up. She defended her own. She proved that she's an incredibly capable rapper. She had one of the best performances at the BET Hip Hop Award, managed to stay up in headlines the entire year. Took an absolutely horrible incident that happened to her and has managed to at least try to, while being transparent, move on and still show that, hey, I can be strong and regardless of what this guy is doing. And I think that's worth something. I think at the end of the year, when we look back, the only artist that really were able to stand out, make an impact this year, there's been 5, and Megan Thee Stallion, in my opinion, is absolutely one of them. Also, she announced a scholarship. This actually went under the radar, I feel, but she announced a scholarship that's helping some of her hotties, as she calls them, pay their way through school, and that's always something I'm a huge fan of. So I think Meg Thee Stallion is one of the only artists this year who's truly managed to not only raise her profile, but just really grow as an artist and do the damn thing. She hosted SNL last week.
Do the damn thing.
Like she's just doing it, you know, in a way that I don't feel any other individual artist has. I can't think of anyone else that at least has been able to take the risk and win each time. So I'm going to say Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah, I like that pick. And I just want to clarify too. I mentioned TikTok because our listeners might think TikTok's just an app, but I said TikTok because they have a really big influence on the music industry. If a song's popular on TikTok, it usually reflects on the Billboard charts and whatnot. So that's why it's big. But yeah, but yeah. Next category, Nnamdi. Next category.
Underrated album of the year. Underrated can mean many things to many people, but I think I'm not even gonna qualify it. You just qualify it when you defend your pick. So this time we're gonna go backwards and start with Avery, which isn't backwards. It's kind of starting in the middle. But Avery,
go ahead, Avery. Go ahead.
Defend your pick.
If this man picked Phoebe Bridgers, I'm going off.
It's not Phoebe Bridgers. It's not Phoebe Bridgers. My underrated album is one I talk about a lot still, but it's Charlie XCX's "How I'm Feeling Now," which I think is the best pop album that's come out this year. It is something she wrote and produced during quarantine, which is why it's called "How I'm Feeling Now." I think it perfectly captures the feeling that everyone had during quarantine. There's so many like songs in there about like just being locked in the house, how much it sucks adjusting to this new world and this new life that we're all living in. I think it's like a benchmark kind of album. I think it's something that I'll be able to go to like in a year or two and like remember like, oh yeah, those few months where I was like actually locked in the house doing absolutely nothing in between like school ending and like my job starting. I don't like it feels like a blur right now. And so I feel like I could go back and listen to this album and be like, oh yeah, it kind of sucked. I couldn't see anybody. And like I had to talk to everyone virtually and all that. I think like this album, more than any other album that's come out this year, has really encapsulated what it was like to initially be adjusting to this pandemic. I think like it's such an album, a signifier of the times, and that's why it's my underrated album this year.
I like that. That's a
solid pick. Am I going or are you going, Nnamdi? You go first. You go next. You go next. I went first. You go next.
So my album shouldn't come as a surprise. I actually feel like it may be surprising that I choose these artists, but if you think about what their year has been, should not be surprising at all.
But you think it's underrated though? Okay, let's see.
My underrated album of the year is by no other than the wonderful Beyonce-inspired duo of Chloe and Halle. Their album.
Oh, good pick.
Why did you pick Ungodly Hour, Nnamdi? It's a great question.
Good question. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
This album hasn't received that much love. It didn't debut, I think, at the top 1 or top 5, or even I'm not even sure it debuted in the top 10 of the.
I don't think it was top 10. It was seriously. Well, I don't think it was top 15. I'm serious.
None of the singles have been able to. I don't understand why they haven't been able to pick up enough steam to crack the top 40. But my God, as far as the actual album goes, one of the best albums this year. One of the best R&B albums this year, without a doubt. Every single performance they do, literally amazing. In my opinion, when I think of quarantine performances, I think of Chloe and Halle because they raised the bar.
Don't they do it in their backyard?
And they do it in like their tennis court. And
it's ridiculous.
It's awesome. Ridiculous. I think this is an example of an artist that like I saw their album in 2018. Kids Are All Right. I enjoyed it. They came back with this and it was much more of a mature sound, but they just did it well. Everything grew. Their songwriting grew, their production grew. And there's not a song on the album itself that I think is a skip. 13 songs on there, they're all pretty good. Every time they'll perform different songs in these performances, and like all of them have been a fan of. Do It, Tipsy, Forgive Me, Busy Boy, which may or may not be about Diggy Simmons according to the streets, but that's not the point. The point is it's a great album.
The streets.
And I think it definitely deserves more attention. I think honestly, and what I'm getting from their performances and how they've continued to promote this work, it feels like I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of those albums like Grammy nominations come out and it's like 6 nominations, Chloe and Halle.
I agree.
Because it's a really good album.
It is a very good
album. So that's where my pick is. And I'm sticking with it.
I like that pick. Yeah, they really have refined their sound from album to album. So you could tell Beyonce was going in on the studio sessions. I think they even said that too. But yeah, that's a really good pick. My pick now everybody's gonna be like, oh my gosh, no one's gonna pick artists nobody knows. Some guy with some weird name you can't even read. It's not that. It's not that. But it's an album I've mentioned maybe a couple times like early in the pod, but I don't think it's been mentioned enough. It is Royce da 5'9", The Allegory. Now, this album came out in February, I believe, actually, right before quarantine and stuff like that. But I will say this. In terms of skill, and Royce da 5'9" is most notably known for working with Eminem, being friends with Eminem. He has an album with them and stuff like that. But Royce da 5'9" is one of the best rappers in terms of skill in the world right now. It's like him and Black Thought. In terms of skill, pure skill, they're some of the best in the world. And I will say this. If this album, and somebody said this when they reviewed it, somebody was like, man, if this album was released by somebody like Kendrick Lamar, people would go crazy saying, oh my gosh, it's so deep. The lyrics are incredible, da-da-da. And because he's not that guy, it's not going to get that kind of praise and adulation. This album is that incredible. It's that deep. It's called The Allegory. He has a lot of messages on there. It's a long album. It's 22 songs. So I get it. But it's a really great. The messages on there. He has a lot of great stuff on there. Really deep messages on there. I really implore anybody to check it out that's really interested in really deep rap. And all that Kendrick stuff, he does all that on here. And he does just as well. It's as good as a Kendrick album. It's probably not going to get the same praise and adulation, but it's as good as a Kendrick album. So
I love it.
So
I love it. I like Royce the 5'9". He was already one of my favorite. I always knew he was a great rapper, but when I heard him on Bubble Boat with J. Cole, I think 2017 or something like that was.
Yep, that's a great. Nnamdi paying attention. That's a good song. So Grammy Album of the Year prediction, the final category. Now, so this was tough. I'm not gonna lie, this was tough.
And so honestly, you're going first.
Yeah, let me go first. Let's go back to me. I go first again.
Yeah, let's go same order.
Tough, I'm not gonna lie. No, I'm already started, so we go get this. I'm not gonna lie. This is tough, and I was trying to be really and I'm not trying to be biased with them. I'm not trying to pick like an artist. So it's like this is my album.
I'm trying to get this right, so I'm trying to be realistic.
I'm actually trying to get this right. So I had a couple predictions, but I'm going to go with. Oh, this is tough. This is very tough. I'm going to go with Folklore by Taylor Swift. Wow, this is tough.
Wow.
Now let me say this. I'm kind of going against my gut right here because usually I'm like, man, this album should win. But we all know that never happens at the Grammys. Rarely that happens. Like usually like this album should win. But it doesn't happen like that. But it's Taylor's freaking Swift. She's basically the biggest pop star in the world.
She won the category twice. So I mean,
yeah, I'm saying like for real, she's really the biggest pop star in the world. Like I don't think anybody like she is the biggest pop artist in the world, I believe, in terms of like sales and stuff like that. And it's a quality album. Like it's not like wow, it's a great album. Nnamdi and Avery have praised it a lot, and you go back and listen to that review with Logic too, double review. Go back and listen to that episode. And it's Taylor freaking Swift. Huh? Yes, we reviewed for. Yeah, man, we put that work in, bro. But I'm gonna speed up on that. Yeah, this Taylor Swift, it's Folklore. She broke records this year in terms of sales. She's gonna win it.
Yeah, okay. Noah, I respect your pick, but I have I think like if there was ever a Taylor Swift album that's not gonna win it, I think it's this one. So, and you mentioned, which albums should win. I think this I think this album should win, and two, I think this album is going to win.
Come on,
I'm going with After Hours by The Weeknd. When you talk about just like something, just like everything like going right for one of the biggest artists in the world on an album, I think like this is like the dictionary definition of it. It's a phenomenal.
I cry.
Like
I agree with everything you're saying right
incredible.
Now. Okay, I agree with everything you're saying.
In The Weeknd's like in his profile that he came out with like last week, he called it his most perfect album. He says he can look back at this album and be like, I did nothing wrong on this album.
And he's releasing all these videos for it. The two
exactly.
See that he's released like 6 videos.
And I'm like, you know what, Mr. Tesfaye? I'm like,
The Weeknd is too powerful.
I'm like, you know what, Mr. Tesfaye, you're right. You did release your best album here. I think when
The
you
Weeknd
have one
is
of the
too
biggest,
powerful, guys.
When you have one of the biggest artists in the world releasing what is probably like their best album, like commercially, critically, I just think they're like it needs to complete its arc and just become like the best album of the year in everyone's eyes.
Should he sweep the big categories? Like Billie Eilish is gonna do that?
No, I think he's gonna sweep R&B categories without a doubt. Which
for sure.
After Chloe and Halle, who are probably gonna get nominated.
Yeah,
he's gonna be nominated for Album of the Year, and honestly, I'm not sure enough amazing, clear Album of the Year contenders have been released this year for it to not be a probable win for The Weeknd. That being said, this was the hardest thing in the world for me because it was going Mind versus Heart. And my heart is in there for The Weeknd and After Hours because boy, is that my favorite album.
I think I know what he's gonna say, but
guys and Noah, I was so shocked. Taylor Swift Folklore is actually my pick.
I told you, bro. It's going to win.
The reason why is God, I want After Hours to win. But
I want it to win too.
Texas album. Taylor Swift wrote and recorded this entire album during quarantine. It was the first album in history to debut across the Hot 100 and Billboard 200 the same week. Spotify, 44 million streams day one. It beat Ariana Grande's record. It debuted at the top of the Billboard 200 with 846,000 units. First album to sell 1 million pure copies this year. It's about to be #1 again next week. And I know charts aren't everything, but a good ass album, the charts will tell you it's a good album. It's going back to #1 from #10 next week. Like it's And beyond that, like charts and stuff aside, y'all know how I felt about. I'm a Kanye guy, so y'all, no one knows this, especially how I felt about Taylor Swift for years. For no reason, just wasn't a fan.
Well, you love, but you love this album though.
This was the album that I listened to just for the podcast. I think we were going to talk about it. I listened to this whole thing for the podcast, and I was like,
I love this album.
Am I listening to country and liking it? Is this folk maybe? Am I listening to
folk? I say
an
folk.
alternative folk album and enjoying it? Me? Nnamdi Guan, journalist.
Did she do Phoebe Bridgers better? Avery about to be
Wow.
No, Avery. I will say when it came out, the same way Noah was like, people always say, if Kendrick Lamar put out Royce the 5'9's album, it would have been like groundbreaking. If Taylor Swift put out Phoebe Bridgers' album, I think it would have been bigger than Folklore, if that makes sense. Yeah, but
I just think one's the more talented songwriter than the
other. No, I get you. No. I was joking.
Yeah.
I was joking, Avery. But they did a similar type album, and they're both really good.
Yeah. And you guys, like I was saying, I just think Folklore gonna end up being the album of the year contender, and I could see it winning. She's had 2 album wins before. This could be the 3rd, so would not be surprised.
Out of all these 2 categories, this is the one that will actually see a result for this. I think we all want After Hours to win. We all think it's the most deserving, but Taylor Swift's too powerful, guys. Like, I know we keep saying that.
Like best-selling pop artists. I recently went through some of like the all-time list, and the names that Taylor Swift is next to as far as all-time sales aren't like Lady Gaga, Ariana Grande. It's like Elton John, Madonna.
Yeah, so she's up. Yeah, exactly. Like
it's sort of like bonkers, but you know.
So
I guess we'll have to see.
I think we have a heavyweight fight on our hands between these two.
We
albums.
do.
I think it's between these 2, but yeah. Okay, let's get it. Project of the week.
Either way,
we gotta go.
Oh yeah, let's forget. Let's go.
Yeah,
Avery, you go first.
Project of the week. Avery, go ahead.
I like reached deep into my late 90s rock bag here. Noah, I'm not sure you're gonna like any of the songs that are gonna be on this week's playlist, but I picked Pinkerton by Weezer, which was their 2nd album. It's become like a cult classic since it came out. It was absolutely like destroyed by critics and fans when it came out. It is a cult classic, and so yeah, it's just their 2nd best album. Some people think it's their 1st. They're wrong, but it's just something that I've been listening to a lot this week.
Okay, I'll go. Noah, do you want to go? I'll go.
Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
I'll go.
I'll go.
You go.
I'll go. Bad, not good. 4 in Roman numerals. So Bad, not good. It's a jazz group. They were on our background music playlist, but they're a jazz group. They do production for a lot of artists like Tyler Creator and Ghostface. They did an album with Ghostface Killer, but this album is strictly them. They're a jazz group, like I said a million times. They have a song with Kate Tronada, Mick Jenkins. It's really good. Listen if you want to chill while you're working or reading.
So I'm fixing this because Avery gets mad every week when we're not consistent, and I'm respectful. But
I get mad.
Noah gets mad every week when it's not consistent, and I try to have respect for my co-host. So my pick is one of, honestly, dare I say, best. What genre is this? What genre was this album?
I have no idea.
Like, I don't know.
It's just the good music. That's what the genre.
One of the best quality albums of the last 5 years, perhaps. Some may say the best. Assume Form by James Blake.
Slow down here, bro.
I'm just being facetious, but Assume Form by James Blake. I included some of the songs on our, I believe, sleep background music playlist this week, which you can still check out. All of which are long. A week of demos. Go on Twitter at the 97 Demo. Check us out. But James Blake, Assume Form, great album. I love it. And when I was picking songs for the playlist, it just stuck with me the entire week. Barefoot in the Park, Into the Red, Tell Them, Assume Form, Mile High. It's like, you can't really go wrong. So I encourage you all to listen to it. But you guys, our playlist will be out on Monday. Again, if you didn't check out our week of demos, we have a workout playlist for you, an early 2000s playlist for you, a new releases playlist, a whole bunch of playlists. So go check that out. We'll have another playlist for you ready tomorrow. By the time this comes out tomorrow, Monday. And I guess keep on following us on Twitter, share us with your friends, and check us out because the 97 demo is only getting bigger from here. Let me tell you.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter. Follow Nnamdi at Nnamdi Guan. Follow Avery at Avery Dalal. Follow Noah at Noah A McGee _. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, not Instagram yet. Instagram coming though. Instagram coming soon. Yeah, let's go.
At the 97 demo. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Stay safe.
Bye.
Wear a mask.